What's up, guys? We're back. Dillio, DillioT2K.com here. It's good to be back, and I just want to first say thanks to everybody who's been writing comments down and suggestions. Shout out to you guys. Thank you so much for that. I just want to let you guys know that we're going to keep it moving. We're going to do another remake. I've been going through the comments, and the track I've been hearing the most is Still Dre. So we're going to do some more Dre. You know, that's what the people are asking for, even though I'm going to start changing the schedule a little bit to do different things. As I've talked about, I'm going to start doing some original beats, some original songs of mine, some covers, but we're still going to do beat remakes. We're going to add a little bit of variety, and also, you know, I'm going to be vlogging as well. So without further ado, let's go ahead and start remaking the track. Also, make sure you check out Dem Chords, a chord sample library for Maschine, and also Khemikals, a massive patch library that I designed myself that I will be using in this video right here, and I'll highlight them as well. And if you're interested in them, check out the link in the description below. Let's get started. Alright, so let's go over the basics of the song. The key is in A. I looked this up and saw another website say the key is in A, so I'm going to say it's an A. And they said that the BPM was 93.50, so I said I'll go ahead and roll with it. So we got a piano, violin, harp, drums. We got the DILLIE bass from Khemikals, and also a quick synth that I designed. I'm also throwing in Khemikals, and I'm going to upload that and update the library. So if you already bought Khemikals, you will get these sounds automatically because you already purchased a copy of it. Alright? Okay, first let's start off with the piano. Let's start off with a C, E, and an A. Then we're going to move the C down to a B. Then we're going to move the A down to a G. And we're just going to play that straight for 2 bars. Like this. Now, I did make a mistake in there, but I want to show you guys how to fix that. So I'll just click on the piano roll in the Maschine and look for that note that looks like it's a little bit off. I see it. I can highlight it, hit the delete key, and it's gone. Now in this song right here, the harp kind of has this glissando sound, which is it's not a straight chord, but it's a glide, as though someone is playing the harp in real time. So let's go ahead and play it in the same way, with the same notes as we talked about before for the piano. But let's turn off the quantization so that it doesn't get converted into perfect 16th notes. So for example, if I play it like this, which sounds like the song, if I record it with quantization, let's see what happens when I try to play it back with quantization. Hear that? So we don't want that. So let's go to the grid and turn the grid off from the step perimeter. And now we'll get pretty little harp sounds. So I'm going to play that live and use the original piano to help me with the timing. It's the imperfected timing can kind of help create the feeling of the track. Now let's move on to the violins. The violins are really easy. We're going to play a A and a C. Then we're going to move it down to a G and a B. And this sound I'm pulling from the Kontakt Basic Instrument Library. And also don't forget to turn on your quantization when you've just finished changing it from a 16th note grid to no grid at all. That way you can make sure everything lines up perfectly. Now the cello is pretty easy. We're going to start off with an A, then go to a B, then an E, and come back to an A. So we're going to play that along with the other parts and hear how it turns out. bring the volume of the violins down a little bit. They're kind of a little bit overbearing to me in the mix. And let's add some drums. All right, now it's going to get interesting. We're going to add the drums. Got a kick, snare, closed hat, and an open hi-hat. So let's add the drums. Now the kick and the snare. Let's listen to those drum sounds real quick and kind of see what we can do to add more feel to it. That's good, but we're not quite there yet. So maybe we might need to add a little bit of swing. And I want to isolate that to just this group with just the drums on it, because I don't want the swing affecting the little glissando harp thing that I got going on. It could swing that and kind of take it out of its character that I originally wanted it to be in. So I'm going to hold down the group button and let's add some swing and listen to the change. That's with swing. Let's take the swing out. Here it is without it. And now here it is with some swing. And so that swing kind of adds a little bit of that feel, a little bit of that swagger that kind of helps the beat. So let's play it with the other parts. So we're going to bring the cello back in, and now we're going to add the bass line, which is going to follow the same notes as the low cello we just did. Now we're going to add the bass line, which is going to follow the same notes as the low cello we just did. Now this sound is the Dillie bass from the Khemikals Massive Patch library. Link in the description below. So let's add that in. And I'm telling you, once the bass goes in, it really seals the deal. So let's get a pattern with a pattern length of 2 bars. Let's drop it in there. So that's real solid. Now we're going to add the little synthesizer in there. And it's a patch that I made that I'm going to upload into Khemikals. So if you already have Khemikals, the link that you got it from will be updated with this sound right here, which is just a quick little synth sound, but maybe somebody might want that. So I just wanted to include that in there. Now this melody right here, I probably got it wrong, but this is what I approximated it to be. We're going to go C, B, C, D, E, C, and then C, B, C, D, E, C. Well, back to the B. So, not too fancy. I'm probably wrong, but I think you'll get the idea about the elements that go into the track. This is a very straightforward track. Meat and potatoes hip hop. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows how it's supposed to go. So if I'm wrong, just go ahead and play it the right way on your keyboard. Another special note, I've added the replica delay, which is one of my favorite delays that have came out from Native Instruments. I think they gave it away for Christmas last year, and it's been one of my favorite free plugins from them. They got an XT version now, which is more advanced, but if you needed some nice, good delay that has some nice features to it, I think Replica is a great option. So let's solo the synth. And my gut is telling me, like, there should be some swing in there. So let's go ahead and add a little bit of swing. Let's maybe get it up to about 40%. That's too much. So let's dial it back to maybe about 10. To where you can barely tell, but yeah, not quite on beat, but still in the ballpark, which to me adds flavor, it adds vibe. So let's add the drums. And that's basically the beat right there. Please make sure if you like these videos and you want to see more, make sure you subscribe, hit the thumbs up. I hear other people saying it helps them out, so maybe it'll help me out too. And if you're interested in helping me get a Maschine studio, there's a link for a GoFundMe right there. Chord samples, I got them. Link in the description below. Khemikals massive patch library. I'm going to actually update my patch library where I'm selling it from DillioT2K.com to include that sound in there. The Dillie bass, which is where you're hearing the bass sound from, that's also included in there. Please make sure to check those out and stay tuned for more. And I'm out of here. Peace. Oh yeah, P.S. If you're still watching the video, take a look at my iPad, huh? I was going to do part 3 where I would record top box in the Studio One, and one of the things I was going to do was to use my iPad to control Studio One because it has a great app with it. Basically, I had a cheap bag from eBay, the zippers broke, and the thing flipped right out and right there. So I got a screen already from eBay. I still need an audio jack because there's some apps I'm supposed to preview on this thing, and also a battery because the battery takes years to charge and discharges very quickly. I got this used from a friend and it served me well, and I think there's still some life left in it. So I'm going to try and fix it, and when I do, I'll be sure to document the process, but I just wanted to share that. All right, I'm out for real this time.